crafters, and welcome. You're getting a little bit different view because of our tutorial today. So you're not getting the straight ahead view, you're getting it from being on the same side of the table as me, because I felt like this tutorial had to have a different view rather than a direct overhead. I felt like you really needed to see what was going on down here, and that's not possible to achieve with a direct overhead view to show you what's going on, like I would call this behind the scenes. So today I'm going to walk you through all the steps to make a gorgeous tree topper bow that you can either use on the top of your Christmas tree. You could also use these on larger gifts, or here's an idea: if you are the type that decorate your doors in your house, this would make a gorgeous bow for that, you know, how you decorate your door to maybe look like a wrapped package. You could put this bow on and then have a cute little card that kind of goes in conjunction with that. You could even use this if you wrap your front door with that whole same theme and you want a bigger bow. And so most of the time you see me creating with the Bowdabra. Today we're using the ProBow, the hand, to show you how to put together a gorgeous tree topper bow, or just a larger bow in general. This bow will yield, I want to say, for measuring from loop end to loop end, it's going to be about 18 inches in diameter. And then the tail length will just depend on whatever you want. Some people, you know, if you're using it for the package idea or home decor, you're not going to want a big, huge tail on the end. If you're using it for a tree topper bow, however, you're going to want possibly to have the tails stream down in and through your tree. So first off, if you want to save this video, super simple. Just click the share button down below. That'll share this video to your Facebook page, with the exception of YouTubers. You won't be able to do that. However, you can favorite this video, and then you'll also want to make sure you subscribe, because that's how you'll be notified whenever we create a new video. You'll be notified that way. If you haven't already liked and followed my Facebook page so you're notified when I go live, make sure you do that. Super simple. I wonder if I could share this. Probably not. So when you go to the page, you can see you know, learn more, message, liked. You're going to want to make sure that you hit the liked button, and then the 3 dots right next to that, which will open a sub menu for you. So then you can actually click follow the page. Let me make sure we are live and I can see comments. Swiping, here we go. Okay, also, private group is still open for a little while longer. So if you'd like to join my private group, we do both business and design classes for the same monthly fee. You get 4 design classes and 4 business classes throughout the entire month. Plus you have access to the entire library, plus discounts on all of our vendors that we currently have arrangements with. So other than that, let me go ahead. I'm just going to put my website in here if you want any of that information, or if you would like to reach out to me directly and have me create a custom tree topper bow for you, we can definitely do that. Hi Janie, she says, on my way to an appointment. I will catch the replay. Hi from San Antonio. Hi Virginia. And I think that's all I can see so far. So ProBow the hand. This was my second bow maker that I went and learned how to do. It is challenging, I will tell you that. It's probably like an advanced bow making class, but you have so many different options, and I'm going to start breaking these down and doing more tutorials to show you a different type of bow that you can make using this particular bow maker and whatever ribbon you have handy. Now for the tree topper bow, I prefer to use 2.5-inch ribbon because it creates a more full bow, but you don't have to. Just realize that if you use 1.5 inch ribbon, it's probably going to feel like there's not enough ribbon on there. So We are also using, I'm putting these little pegs, some of them are really tight. We're putting pegs all the way through all the holes in row F. And then we have our center post here, which is where we're going to basically be doing the majority of the work. This is where we're going to do all the twisting and all the tying. And this will become the way that you will attach the same bow. Now I'm using green 24-inch floral wire, and the only reason I'm choosing green is because it shows up so much better on the camera than just using the regular silver. So for this intent and purpose, we're doing it so that you can see it. So like I said, you'll need, I think it's approximately 7 yards. I prefer to, if I'm making a tree topper bow, to make sure that I have 3 rolls of brand new ribbon. That way I'm assured not to run out. You will also want to make sure that each of your ribbons, as I have them sitting on here, come off the spool on the right hand side. So like this one is on the right, this is on the right, this is on the right. That just makes for creating the bow so much easier, and you don't get into a big huge tangled mess. So I am going to, I want to have a generous, and I never usually do it this big, but I really want to have a generous hanger, and I always end up sometimes cutting them short. So I went a full 36 inches, and I'm just going to prep my wire by folding it in half, just like that. And then I'm going to do another one, not quite so long. That'll be my tie-off wire, where you would attach it to a tree. And I'm going to go about 26 inches for this one. And then that's all you'll need your wire for. It's just to create a way to create your bow. All right, so I've got both of those pieces there. And the first thing you want to do, put those there, is you're going to want to, we're not doing any dovetail cut right here. We're just creating the bow. The tails will come at the end. I know it seems weird. So I'm just going to simply take and pull all of my tails and get them all even right here. So when you get your ProBow, you will get the board, you will get all the pegs, you will get smaller pegs, you will get the smallest pegs. Look for the ones that come with the spool holder included, because then this just helps keep things organized. And as you can see, we have all of our ribbons currently all ready to go. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go up and over the center peg for now. Okay. And then right here, we're going to pinch in about, I don't know, 1/2 inch in. And I'm going to take my, what I call my tie-off wire. This is the one. This is the long one. Sorry. This one here. I'm trying to get it to just go underneath. There we go. So I am going to just start right here where I have pinched it. And I am going to, oops, we're going to twist 2 times around, nice and tight, as tight as you can go. Now my hand strength honestly sucks. So it's a little challenge for me, and that's why I prefer the thicker wire. Okay, so I've got them nice and tight on there. From here, we're simply going to attach that to our center peg, and we want to go about halfway down from where our ribbon is. We don't want way up here on top, and we don't want way on the bottom, because that'll start to fold your ribbon. So about halfway up. And then what we're going to do with one wire is you're just going to spool it all the way to the top. Leave a little piece so that it's easy for you to find it when you go to take it off. And this extra piece right here, we're just going to go and we are going to wrap this one around the little nail that's there. I'm going to take the rest and just tuck that underneath. That way it's completely out of the way. And so this is just how you're anchoring your ribbons on to start your bow. So you want to make sure that we keep a nice even tension on here. Okay, and then as we get back to the center pole, we're going to just slightly tilt our ribbon sideways. Okay, we're going to come down on the top. Our whole goal is to get that around that little piece. And we're going to flip this up, okay, so that we have wrong side fabric facing us. Why is this necessary? Because when I go to loop this around the first peg, my ribbon now is all nice and orderly. And you can see I'm putting a pretty good tension on that. Okay. From here, again, make sure your ribbon stays nice and snug. I'm just going to tilt, and I'm going to kind of put it about halfway up, but I'm going to take this, pinch this down right here at this point. We're going to go up. Okay. And then from here, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go up and around our next peg. Now, it starts to become a little bit cumbersome to kind of keep everything organized and in even tension. So remember that extra wire that we had? We're going to use this wire in a method that's called the helping hand. So I'm going to slide this underneath my bow, my ribbons, just like this, till I get about halfway. Okay, and then just as I'm ready to tilt this one, I'm going to go ahead and tilt slightly here, pinch down. Okay, and I'm going to go right to my center post, because you want to make sure you're stacking it evenly here. And then now that I have those wires in place, oops, trying to get them even. This is why having them prepped and ready to go helps. So I'm trying to make sure that they're even. Okay, so from here now I can simply So from here now, I can simply loop my ribbon. Okay, continue to pull it off the spool. Make sure everything's even. Right when we get to our center, we're going to tilt about halfway, pinch down, okay? And then from here, we're going to twist so that we get the next loop ready to go. So it just goes up and over that peg. Now as we bring this one back, we're going to tilt. We're going to pinch down right here. I'm going to push tight against here, but with these two wires, the one up and one down, I'm going to take these two now and twist nice and tight, because then that keeps a really nice tension on that ribbon. And now my hands are free again, so I can give them a little bit of a break. So we're going up and over, nice tension. Okay, we're getting back to our halfway point. You always want to make sure you do your twist down here. Right where my thumb is where that's going to be. We're going to go here, okay, right on our wire point. You can even use your finger and hold that till you can get your next loop up and over. Bring this back. We're going to pivot ever so slightly, pinch down from the top. We're right there. Let's go ahead and use that helping hand wire so we don't have to hold that. Nice and tight, just like so. Okay, from here, we're simply going to go up and over our next peg. Bringing this down. I'm going to make sure those wires are way out of my way. Get down here to this point. Okay, we're going from the bottom, right here at my wire line, pinch down, I'm going to go ahead and push that and hold that in place. I'm going to get my next ribbon around my next peg. Pull nice and tight. From here, we're going to flip that over. Pinch nice and tight. I'm going to flip. And then from here, I'm going to simply take my wire and hold that. Just a couple twists. Then we're going to go back, up and over our peg. Nice and tight. I'm always making sure that my ribbon, because sometimes it rolls, you know, when you get it from the manufacturer, sometimes it's got a funky, weird wrap on it. So again, here, twisting, placing it right up against that wire. We're going up and over our next peg, coming back to the center. I'm going to flip and pinch down. I'm lining that up using my helping hand wire. Twist that in place because that keeps everything nice and tight and compressed here. Now we're doing the last one, the last pegs, up and over. Okay. There's the up, there's the down. I just call them up and down wires. I know Regina has a specific, I know she calls them helping hand, but I always call one up and one down. It's just easier for me to remember. So pinch down, right on that point. We're flipping our ribbon over. We're going up and over. Just making sure my ribbon stays nice and even. And then from here, we're going to do our last twist. So up here, we're doing our twist. I'm going to use my helping hand wire one last time to twist this on nice and tight. Give it a stretch these out. Let's see. Let me get this right on the 10 so it's easier to measure. Let's go out about, we'll do 16 inches. So there's that. At this point, we don't need these ribbons any longer. So I'm just going to move those out of the way. Okay. It's just where, you know, how deep in you want to create your V. So there's one. We're going to do the same here. I don't know why we're getting so much interference and freezing. Usually when this happens, it is a Facebook update. And I know that they've been making a lot of changes on Facebook lately. So we're just dovetailing our ends. You haven't missed anything. Dovetail here. Okay. Everything is all nice and dovetailed. Now, we need to get this off of our bow dabber, but before we do that, we've got to adjust our wires. So I'm going to just take these, kind of set them off to the side. So I've already got this one done. This is where you're going to remove your top wire now. Okay. And you're going to grab your wire that we wrapped around the peg. And now we want to secure them all into one solid bunch, if possible. It might be a little challenging to do that. It just honestly depends on your hand strength. And this is why using thicker wire really helps, just like that. And so now I have all of my wires together. I'm just going to give them a nice twist. Got this one way up here. So I'm going to twist those all together for my wire base. So see why you needed to come in with longer wires. You need something to be able to twist around your tree. Okay, so from here, this super easy part, I just find it works easier if you do it this way, because I kind of clean as I go. I'm just pulling out all of my pegs here, just like so. Some of them are really tight, which is good. Okay, there's the last one, and then I'm going to remove my helping hand as well, because that's technically where my bow is anchored. So we're going to just pull those off, put those away. So these are the pegs that you all get. So you have some medium-sized ones, you have some large ones, it just depends. And you can always go, if there's not enough, you can always go and buy the diameter. Just take one of the ones that you have from the kit, which is what I did. I wanted longer, tighter ones. So I just took this with me to either Hobby Lobby, one of the craft stores. You could take it to Lowe's, Ace, Home Depot, and just buy these and have them all cut down to the lengths that you need. Okay, so I'm going to take this. We're going to move this out of the way. And we're going to bring our fluff board up. And we are going to fluff our board. So I'm just going to turn this sideways. This is a 24 by 24 inch board. I'm going to make sure that we hook our ribbon. Let's try to get that in there, because we've got a pretty good full stack. Okay. Trying to get it to go under. There we go. Nice and tight underneath. And I didn't leave enough, but if I wanted to, I could use, I have a little nail head here to do this. So I'm going to hold this. Should have made it just a touch longer. We're going to turn it this way. And we want to find that center peg. Should be here, but we're going to count. So I'm going to start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And then I should have 6 on this side. 1, the North Pole, and then North Pole ribbon, gingerbread, and our dots and lines. Okay, from here we're starting with the gingerbread. Sometimes that one's hard to find. It's hiding. Okay, gingerbread. Then we have dots, and then the North Pole. So I think this is our center. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have one more to go. Okay. So now we're doing the dots and lines. Then we're doing North Pole. And then our gingerbread. So what we're doing is we are separating our loops to halfway on our bow. So as you can see, it's making for a very full bow, and we're just halfway. We haven't even started the other end yet. Okay. And then of course, as you're fluffing, you're gonna decide, okay, I want something a little bit different there, something a little bit different on the other side. I'm gonna go ahead and flip my fluff board around so that we can fluff from here. So here we started with the dots and lines. So I'm going to go North Pole, and then our gingerbread, and then we're going up the next one. So working the same pattern, we're going to go gingerbread, and then we're going to do dots and lines, and then we're moving the North Pole over. Just push my Bodabra out of the way. Okay, all the way to the center, just like so. And then from here, we're on row 3. We're going to do the dots and lines. And then we're going to do North Pole. And then over here, we're bringing our gingerbread. Then back here, we're like kind of off just one. I'm going to start with gingerbread here, just because I want to mix this up. And then I'm going to do North Pole. And then I'm going to do this dots and lines. Okay, back here, I have this pattern that's sitting fairly close, so I'm going to go dots and lines. Then North Pole, and then gingerbread. Okay, then from here we have the gingerbread popping back up, so I'm going to go North Pole, gingerbread, and dots and lines. Okay, even if this feels a little funky to you, just change it. And I'm going to pull this one through to the other side. Just because as it gets closer to the top, I can make judgment calls on, hey, which ribbon is popping up. Maybe I don't like the way that looks, a little too matchy-matchy there. Oop, we need this one. Okay. And then we still have that center bow yet. And we haven't even fluffed. We're just separating. Okay, here's our center one. Let's go dots and lines. Let's get the gingerbread way over here. And we'll do our North Pole right at the top. Okay, now you can fluff. So always lifting up, up and out. So full hands. Make sure you've got your full hand in there. We don't want to see any squished ribbon. There's that one. That. Nice and full. These feel like matchy-matchy. I don't know how that happened. We'll go ahead and pull those back there. Oh, I know why. We're going to do this to this side. Flip, flip. You can tell which ribbon has the most tensile strength in it, which is going to be your canvas ribbon. Meaning it just holds its shape really nice. Whereas the white is a little softer. It's more cotton fabric. And we have North Pole down here. I'm just looking at what I want to see where these are fine. At some point you start to get stuff that is going to overlap. It just depends on where it falls in its ribbon. Displacement. But look how gorgeous that bow is. All the way through, all the way down. And then we have our gorgeous tails that are here, and here, and here. From the bottom of our bow that could continue. They could wrap down around the front, or if we're making a package, those are just the ribbons that are going to hang from the bottom. If you wanted to add longer tails or add even more tails, maybe have some more that come off the side. If you remember the tutorial I taught on Tuesday, you would just simply unhook your bow off of the fluff board, and then remember how we have the wires held at the bottom. You would just measure out however long you wanted your tails and just place those at the bottom and just wire them in, and then you're good to go. You can have as long of a tail as you want, but I have a lot of people who want them not very long. Like they would rather string these through their own way. But look how gorgeous that bow is. So pretty. It's just so pretty. But that's it. Honestly, that is how simple it is to make a tree topper bow using 3 rolls of 2.5-inch ribbon. Let's go ahead and pull this down so we can see it with the tails hanging at the bottom. Let's move that out of the way. So I'm trying to push this up higher so you guys can see. And you just keep fluffing it until you have everything where you desire to have it appear on your bow. It's just a really pretty, gorgeous bow. All the way around. There we go. And this one's our center bow. So what do you guys think? Super simple, right? I'm sure you guys are like, yeah, you just make it look simple. It's not really that simple. Actually, it is. So if you're looking for a bow that looks perfect all the way through, all the loops are perfect, they're all uniformed all the way down, the ProBow is going to be the way to go. So if you want a bow that is 100% perfect, like all the loops are exactly where they need to be, it's just like, it's like a perfect mold for a bow. Using the ProBow, the hand, you know, like how when we're building our bows in the bow dabber, and I'm very precise on measuring the left and the right side, making sure the measurements are exact. It's the same look I'm trying to achieve. I'm just using the bow dabber. So like any good recipe, if you want something that looks this good, you follow the steps, you do all the things, and then when it comes to, you know, putting these on or displaying, it's super simple. And these make great items to have on your craft table. If you guys are doing craft fairs in November going into December, you can make these for a wide variety of different things. And then I'm always asked, right, how much would you charge for a tree topper bow? Well, you're using 7.5 yards, possibly longer, depending upon your tail length. For the ribbon, I would charge exactly whatever it is for the cost of those 3 rolls of ribbon. And then you can either double or triple the cost. I would probably stop at double because triple is just like crazy. Let's just imagine, if we will, that each roll is like $8 because 2.5-inch good quality ribbon is worth a lot of money. That would be $24 in materials. So these are a little pricier when it comes to selling because there is so much material used to create the board, or the bow, not the board. Any other questions you guys have? Hi, Debbie. Hi, Charlotte. You know what, though? Don't worry about missing it. It'll go to replay as soon as we are finished. Hi, Kathy from Texas. Thank you, Sissy. She said that is beautiful. It really does. And you can make these. This is a great bow to make with Costco ribbon. So if you're at Costco or Sam's and you get that 2.5-inch ribbon and you just really want to practice, pick up a ProBow the hand. Make sure it comes with the spool holder. Like I said, we built off of row F. I think now they may have changed or added more holes, but this is an F hole bow if you're using the large model ProBow. Okay, everyone. Well, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope I made it somewhat easy for you to make these. These are gorgeous. You can stock them in your shop. When it comes to shipping them, I ship them flat. And that's how they're going to get stored. So when you're done with the season, you'll simply take the bow and each one, fold it flat, fold it flat, fold it flat. So then that way you don't have any additional creases except for the one here. And then when you're ready to add that to your tree or your home decor next year, you're just going to do the same thing I showed you here. You're just going to lift them up from the top and then fluff towards the bottom. Okay, well, I'm super excited that you guys enjoyed this class. I'm going to work on a couple more to teach you how to do some different kind of bows that we can use with different bow makers. So it was quite interesting. I hadn't had a tutorial on how to make the tree topper bow since I think 2019. So I was like, we need to do this again. So I hope that the tutorial worked for you. I hope that how you viewed it, what you can see, worked for you. And other than that, I hope you guys all have an amazing weekend. Okay, bye for now.